Liam, thank you for joining us. Congratulations on a win. First win under Scott Lindsey in his second spell. How did it feel out there?
Yeah, great. Obviously, we had a good day of training yesterday to set us up for how we wanted to play and kind of how we want to move forward. And obviously, all the lads are behind them, and we're just looking forward to building off this win to go into next week and continue this momentum.
Yeah, it looked like the lads had a real sort of intensity out there. It was very fast-paced. Was that sort of what Scott demanded in training yesterday?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of the guys played with him in his first spell with the club, so they knew what his expectations were. Obviously, this is my first time working with Scott, but everything that I've gotten from him and how he wants to play and how he wants us to work is super consistent with how I think about football. So it's been great so far.
Yeah, and obviously this is the first time we've spoken to you since you joined the club. How have you been finding it overall?
Yeah, it's been it's been good. Obviously, we're in a difficult situation right now, but at the same time, I've enjoyed my football, and if this is a sign of what's to come for the next, I guess it's 8 games now, then I'm looking forward to it, and obviously just want to get the preparation started for next week.
Yeah, and how have you found the sort of adaptation from obviously the American leagues over here? What is there any sort of key differences?
No, not much. I think just the overall intensity in each match, I think, is elevated here because there's a lot more at stake with promotion relegation. But no, I've thoroughly enjoyed every bit of it so far.
Yeah, and how much can a win like today sort of instill a bit of belief in the players? Because as you say, there's 8 or 9 games to go. That it's still a big uphill. That we've got to climb, but it's doable, isn't it? So that must be a good feeling there at the moment.
No, absolutely. I think until it's mathematically impossible, everybody has to have the belief that we have the ability to stay up, and that's kind of the only mindset that we're going to allow ourselves to have going into the remaining games.
Perfect, Mark.
Thanks. Obviously, it's been a sort of disruptive week with what happened with Rob Elliott and then Scott coming in. As a player, how much of the noise do you listen to, or do you just have to ignore it to prepare for a game at the weekend on that?
Yeah, I think I'm someone who just likes to focus on what they can control. Obviously, that was out of my control, so I'm just focusing on the week of training ahead and the match to prepare for on the weekend.
Yeah, and obviously some of the players, like you said, have worked with Scott before. Did they prepare you for what he was like, what his character was like, and that, and his personality?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's much preparations. I think Scott's a guy who loves football, loves to win, and his intensity today and in previous matches, he shows that. I feel like he wears his heart on his sleeve, and I can appreciate that in my manager. So I'm really looking forward to continuing to work with him, and hopefully this is a sign for us to stay up and continue to push.
And obviously the fans were amazing today. Obviously having Scott back helped with that, bring the atmosphere up a bit. How have you found the fans since you've been here?
Yeah, we haven't given them much to cheer for or to be happy about, and so I understand their frustration. Maybe in the last, I'm gonna say like 5 to 8 games. So I completely understand that, but for them to come out today and as passionate as they were, whether it was for Scott or whether it was just to get behind us and really support us, obviously it means a lot to us, and it really helps us push a game like today over the line.
Brilliant, thanks.
John?
Yes, this is the lady.